Welcome back. All right, so it's now time to rant. Earlier you saw just a tad of that, but yeah. And we're ranting about, national airline. Remember President Mahama mentioned that I think some $250 million is needed. It's actually a public-private partnership which will see Ghana go back to running an airline. And then I think we'll have just about 25% stake in it. But given our history with what happened, with Ghana Airways, all the scandal that emanated, the fact we couldn't run it, and eventually it had to be liquidated in 2005.
So we are asking whether or not it's about time that Ghana goes back to having its own airline, flying the flag of Ghana. Yes, I think many have asked that we do, but then we need to have the checks so that we would have efficient management of it, and then not allow state officials to run it down. Because those days we are told the stories of people who would come and say, "Well, I'm a government official." Then they get free tickets. They go with a whole bunch of people who wouldn't do anything, would add anything to that trip. So all of those things helped run down.
It's actually nice, It's nice when you go to the airport and you see Ethiopian Airline, Qatar. You see Kenyan Airways, by the way, is one of the best.
I landed in Kenya, and as of the time we landed, close to about 6 different Kenyan aircraft landed right around within an hour of 1 and 2 hours, and then we asked some of the officials. They said they have close to 13 different aircrafts. That is Kenya. We think that is, they have their own issues in East Africa. But yes, Ghana, it's about time Ghana.
But it's been run properly, and I think the point you raised about the influencers, the influencer is the government, honestly.
Yeah.
That sort of influence where we let down all the protocols, all the processes that are supposed to be followed, and just rush them through because they're coming. Those are the things that really must be checked. And look, put it in private hands and make sure it's run properly. And more so when recently the directive came that people shouldn't fly first. If we had that, imagine they will all be flying first class. So
I'm happy that
I want to know what people
our percentage, our stake in it is
I think it should be very minimal. If it's 25, it's not bad, but it's still, But 75% in private hands, they will never let it go down the drain. I mean, every private man wants to make business. That's the thing. Look, we have power because you have independent power producers who are sitting at the dock there, counting down their money. So they want to continue to produce it. If you leave it to government, people will just come in. But I don't know. I want to know what people think. What do you think about that?
Ghana Airways started operations in 1958, and in 2004 it ceased operations due to mismanagement and the likes. Fast forward to 2016, we still don't have a national carrier. So the question is simple on Daily Rant today. Do you think it's long overdue for Ghana to have a national airline? This is Daily Rant. Let's keep talking.
We should go for it. Even though we're going to have problems, we're going to suffer in that kind of thing, we should go for it. Because it will really help. And it's kind of embarrassing because we started with some countries and look at the progress now.
We always have to have priorities, scale of preferences. Even though Ghana needs an airline, and it's nice for us to have an airline because other countries have their airlines, I think there are more important issues in this country to be tackled rather than, we going to, get an airline.
It's also part of the issues. So you are saying we should tackle some and leave some.
It's not significant enough.
It's actually quite significant. Because when you deal with the airline, then it'll lead you to the tourism and then lead to other
how many Ghanaians? She's saying that is going to boost tourism. No, but how many Ghanaians fly on a daily basis? How many Ghanaians fly on a daily basis?
Please go to the airport. Go to the airport. Go to the airport. People are flying. Seriously.
It just boosts Ghana's prestige. That's the only thing. It doesn't add.
So I said that doesn't add anything.
It doesn't really add anything.
I also said it does. Do you know how much you pay for a flight? Just the economy class. Then think about those paying for first class tickets.
How how many Ghanaians travel? How many Ghanaians go outside? I mean, let's talk of even of the working sector. How many people have the opportunity to travel? But there are more issues here in this country that people are. There are little things in this country that we've not been able to solve.
Plus, after 59 years of independence, it's unfortunate if we don't have a major airline. Look, we are the first African country, sub-Saharan African country to attain.
After all that you've been through, after all you are going through, is an airline the first thing you can think of? No. Really?
And let me ask something. Airline is part of something you should think of. Don't tell me really. So for us, it will generate income for you.
I think
they travel by bus. Get that in mind. Majority of Ghanaians travel by bus.
I think the issue right now is we are not saying an airline isn't important, but in every society we are supposed to have things that we need and things that we want. There are people here in this country who are going through so many things who don't even.
But let's take this into consideration. Even if Ghana doesn't acquire the airline, it can be privatized. What do you think?
But the thing is, even if it's privatized, we are just going to have a small percentage of the income.
We have a proven track record as a country where we mismanage a lot of things. So for me, the reason why the first one collapsed because we were mismanaging it. You know, ministers they'll travel.
Yes. And since we've tried for the first time, there's experience now. We will go for it, not as in half, but a full something. We will learn.
We don't learn a lot in this country.
Mismanaged it the first time doesn't mean it has to replicate. It has to happen again.
The fact that it has been mismanaged doesn't mean also that we should just get up and just go into it because we think that it's supposed to be some sort of prestige where Ghana is supposed to have an airport.
And go for it. We will draw plans, strategize. We will draw plans, strategize, and go for it. And this time, when we are going for it as a big deal, something, not just we going for it because we need an airline. No,
sorry to burst your bubble, but there will always be mismanagement, whether you like it or not.
Recently, the Turkish president was here in Ghana, and so the president has cut a start for innovation works at there. So there's some form of agency to get a new career.
No, it's not only Ghanaians who patronize the airplanes. It's as other people coming into the country. You see a lot of white people when they're coming, they really like Ghanaian goods and stuff. So they'll take the airplanes and to bring revenue into the country for us to further other projects.
We are talking about the well-being of Ghanaians. Unemployment is a major problem in this country right now. Consider the number of jobs that will be created with the national.
We have the number of sectors we have in Ghana alone. Do you know them? And we can't even still give employment to the rest. And you are telling me that this will solve the what do you call the problem of unemployment?
It will not solve it, but it will solve a small percentage.
I don't
and
think
that is
so.
what counts.
I don't think so.
That's what counts. No, you can't just solve every unemployment.
And even if it solves it, there will be some sort of.
And if you're telling me people who used to work in that airline are redundant, they've been sacked out because the airline collapsed. There are so many companies in Ghana who are also laying off their workers right now. So you can't tell me that just because the woman
of the workers, the more the burden becomes on the government. And we are in Ghana. Everything government, but Ghanaians have forgotten that the government distributed its powers to some of the sub people under us. You take off this one, you take off this. Because if you're not doing well, we can lay you off. Fine. But that doesn't mean since we've laid you off, we shouldn't go back to that business again.
My argument is, even though an airline is important, the issue is right now, if the government is ready to, cut the sword for this whole operation to start all over again, are there been measures that have been put in place?
I still don't agree with what she's saying. Seriously.
Is there a system that is still managed?
There will be a system. We will put everything in place. There will be.
We are not saying you can't do it. All we are saying is this is not the right time.
What shows the right time? What shows
the right time?
Don't you see the problem in the country?
So the question was the right time.
There are more issues in this country. I think
name some of them.
Okay, to my knowledge, I feel that till our basic needs like health, like food, like shelter, and all these things.
We don't have any problem with health. We don't have any problem with health. I know because I can see the development going on. There's a lot of development.
There are patients who go to hospital and they sleep on the bed floor.
No,
that's no improvement.
We are still working on that.
What happens to solving our basic needs before we go to the ones that are prestigious and that luxurious?
It's actually interesting to hear the thoughts of young students who will be going on vacay, long vacay. Then they are there.
I think that some of the points they are making is here and there and in between. Some of them.
But the expansion, of course, the expansion at the airport, the cutting sword has nothing to do with the national. That must be made
whether
clear.
or not we need an airline. Plus, there was another point that was made that lots of Ghanaians travel by bus. talking about an airline, international airline, not domestic flights.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But even domestic, if the fares were a bit low, a lot more people would use it. Honestly.
Yeah, the domestic flights.
If they used to
if
be
it
a
was
little low and then it just went shut up.
But
also
because we need.
Do you know the first time the
airlines
first time I had this terrible experience? I won't mention the airline, the name. Domestic, you know, and I called and they said, "Oh, business class." I was like, "Oh, I want business class." Do you know what the difference? Domestic class, you put you in front.
I've experienced that one.
So the same compartment.
The same. Oh, they just
front seat. You arrive and
were you facing the guy?
No, I think it was the girl.
You know,
they put the guys who did the link. Oh, and domestic airline is so funny. I mean, no, it's good, but it's funny too. Then they'll be doing like.
Have you flown when it's like raining before?
No.
It was terrible experience.
No, but I've had a terrible experience on one of them. It wasn't.
My
it wasn't.
point is that
it
it is business class they gave you. You are in front. You arrive before.
Oh, but
those
even,
behind
of
you.
course, with every airline, of course, you all arrive at the same time. But when they
Who
say
told
business
you?
class,
Comfort.
oh, of course.
No,
Didn't they give you different food?
Didn't
they give you like?
They give you the same food. The same. They give you.
I'm sure they thought they had treated you well. Look at what you are doing.
They didn't take you to the back of the plane. They took you to the front. So why are you complaining?
Drink like
plantain chips.
The whole thing is there for the local airline.
They have this little biscuit.
Oh, but you mentioned plantain chips is there.
Yeah, they have this little biscuits like
for
this
kids.
big.
Yes, and then they have some biscuits that
and then this drink
to
in this
kids.
small cup.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Anyway, we're not making fun of them.
Oh, well, you know, we're not. It's actually very serious.
Yeah.
No, but it's serious. They need to improve. Honestly, you can't pay 365 cedis on an airline and be given that kind of thing.
Plantain chips.
Okay, plantain chips is not bad. It's good. But I'm saying the way it's just too.
Don't worry. Next
they
time
should give it to the kids
middle.
and give better to.
All right.
But so since then I've been buying regular. Bye bye.
Well.